Hey guys, I think I have something really neat for you today. Do you know what tilt-shift photography is? Well, if not, it's those photos that you've seen all your life that transform real-life scenes into whimsical miniatures. Any of you from the US old enough to remember Mr. Rogers will remember the intro. And of course, if you've ever watched the intro for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, these are all in the style of tilt-shift. And I encourage you to watch the entire director's cut for The Late Show. It's really incredible. The link is in the description. Tilt-shift photography uniquely manipulates focus and depth of field, and this effect creates an illusion where bustling cityscapes, busy streets, and vast landscapes resemble intricate models populated by tiny figures and toy vehicles. It offers a fresh perspective on the familiar, infusing scenes with a playful charm that captivates and delights the viewer. Here's an example of a tilt-shift lens for a Nikon camera. You can see how it tilts and shifts, hence the name. So today, I'm going to save you $5,893.90 plus tax. That's right, you don't need this Nikon D850 or the Nikon tilt-shift lens. Today, I'm going to show you how AI can create these images for you. I'm going to be comparing Midjourney, Leonardo.AI, and OpenAI's DALL-E 3. OpenAI is who makes ChatGPT. I'm going to open Leonardo.AI and ChatGPT in a browser. And of course, we open Midjourney in Discord, although Midjourney currently does have creation on their website in alpha right now, which as you can see, and I love how they made alpha look handwritten to show that it's definitely not polished yet. Later in the video, I'll try out this web version of Midjourney. Let's get started and create a tilt shift of Paris with the Eiffel Tower. But first, let me explain my prompts. I'm going to be using a couple of variations. One can simply start with something like a tilt shift photo of and whatever you're looking for. But I can also list that real expensive Nikon camera and lens too, with something like whatever I want to be in the photo, and tack on taken with a Nikon D850 DSLR camera with a Nikkor 19mm f4 EED tilt shift lens at the end. My prompt for this first one is a sunny day in Paris overlooking the Eiffel Tower and the surrounding part of the city taken with a Nikon D850 DSLR camera with a Nikkor 19mm f4 EED tilt shift lens. First up is Leonardo, and the Leonardo by default gives you 4 images, but you can request anywhere from 1 to 8, and wow, these images really look great. Then we have Midjourney, which also gives you 4 images at a time, and wow, these images actually are a little better than Leonardo's. Then we have DALL-E, which tends to only give you 1 image at a time. Come on, OpenAI. Give us 4 images at a time like your competition. The DALL-E image, while good, isn't quite as impressive as the ones produced by Leonardo and Midjourney. Next up, let's travel to Mittenwald, Germany. A gorgeous little town in the south of Bavaria, not far from the Austrian border, famous for the Luftmalerei, which is frescoes painted on exterior walls of houses and buildings, depicting religious scenes, fairy tales, local legends, and scenes from everyday life. Leonardo does a great job again. Although looking closely, there are little errors. Some of the roof lines aren't straight, and there are some artifacts I simply can't distinguish, but at a bird's eye level, it's still impressive. Off to Midjourney, and all I can say is just wow, really impressive. The details are really spot on. Then we have DALL-E, and while the image doesn't look as realistic as the others, it actually depicts the houses a little better with the color schemes. And speaking of Austria, let's fly over to Hallstatt, a beautiful little town that you've almost certainly seen photos of. We asked Leonardo to give us a photo overlooking the lake from a distance, and it gives us 4 beautiful images, but I'm not 100% sure I believe the buildings match those in Hallstatt. Moving on to Midjourney, the images are so detailed. Even the shimmer and ripples on the water of the lake are incredible. Next up is DALL-E, and to be honest, the image is beautiful, but feels more like a painting than a photograph. This time, DALL-E decides to give me 2 images. Let's move on to a big city, let's try Manhattan, and let's do a sunny version and a rainy version. Leonardo spits out some great images, but I think what I'm realizing is the images just aren't always as detailed as what Midjourney delivers. Still great nevertheless, but just not always up to the same quality of Midjourney, and here you can see Midjourney really delivers again. DALL-E doesn't do too bad on the sunny image, but the rainy one looks more like a painting to me again. Let's jump back over to Europe, popping into London and ask for big red double-decker buses and the iconic black taxis. Again, Leonardo really delivers. The details it gives me are incredible this time around. Now, of course, it gets words wrong and letters on license plates, but I'm really impressed. I'm pretty sure that's a descendant of Abraham Lincoln right there. Okay, so I was really impressed with the Leonardo images on this one. More so than the previous ones it has given me in this experiment, but OMG, Midjourney also killed it on this one. Look at the details here. These images are incredible. These would make great prints in a frame on a wall or postcards. These are amazing. And actually, DALL-E does better on this one too. Now the roads are full of a ridiculous amount of the famous London Hackney carriages, but I did ask for that after all. I could modify my prompt to control how many it gave me. But these look great. They do have a little more Mr. Rogers style to them, but still impressive. Okay, let's go to the beach. Nice, France, spelled like nice. Hopefully we'll get some nice photos of Nice. Leonardo again delivers. Although we do have a one-legged woman, which isn't impossible, but she doesn't have a crutch or anything to help her from having to hop. Midjourney also delivers, but seems to be more blotchy where the people are. But again, the water is incredible. DALL-E gives us something that looks like it is straight out of Midtown Madness or some other video game. Nice, but not realistic except for the people in the water. That looks decent. I want to try firemen putting out a fire in an apartment building and rescuing people. This time, Leonardo doesn't give me something that looks like a tilt shift. They almost look like stock photos. They are so real, but no tilt shift. But Midjourney makes up for my disappointment. These are incredible. And this time, DALL-E gives me 2 images again. These aren't actually half bad. Since we mentioned The Late Show with Stephen Colbert at the beginning, let's try and reproduce that. Okay, this is a hot mess. Sorry, Stephen, but Leonardo can't spell your name even though I told it how. We have Stephen Collibort and Stephen Enlenaber and Stephen with Collibart. Leonardo really has trouble doing letters and straight lines. Now the Midjourney ones are far more beautiful with the lighting and the images just set a mood. But even it has problems with letters. It can't spell either. But again, the images are fantastic minus the spelling mistakes. DALL-E doesn't do bad here, but it still doesn't feel as realistic as Leonardo and Midjourney. I want to try one more thing. I want to give Leonardo and Midjourney a reference photo of London with the Eye of London and Big Ben and see if I can get it to recreate it as a tilt shift. Again, Leonardo delivers, but maybe over-delivers. With 2 Big Bens, landmark buildings aren't necessarily where they should be. The thing about AI image generation is it doesn't always get things right. In fact, it tends to get more things wrong on real locations. But you also have to understand that it's only been around for a year or so. Imagine where it will be in another year. The AI advancements are taking place faster than any other technology I've seen in my lifetime. I think Midjourney does a better job on this overall, but again, even with it, we get 2 Big Bens. Trying out Midjourney's web-based image creation, it actually does equally as well, but it didn't do a good job of letting me know what was going on. For a moment, I thought it wasn't doing anything or was hung. Then I realized it was in the beginning stages of creating my images. It took twice as long to create them on the website versus using Discord, but still a stellar job. We're in the early stages of creating a community, and I will be making the images that I created available in the community for free. That's all for this episode. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, I hope you'll consider hitting the like button and the subscribe button. It really helps a small channel like mine.